in class today we take a field trip to the greenhouse and take a tour within the plant cell. And a plant cell is different from an animal cell because it has these organelles known as cell wall and cytoplasm. You'll learn more about them when we take the tour within the plant cell. So let's head to the school bus. Now, looking at the cell, you can see a cell wall, which is a strong layer that protects the cell from bacteria and other things. Also, plant cell is the only cell that has a cell wall. Past that layer is the cell membrane, which is a flexible thin barrier that allows certain materials in or out. The materials that come in or out are molecules known as glucose, lipids, and proteins. So it has these kind of proteins that lets the molecules come in or out are known as passive transport and active transport. Passive transport requires no cellular energy, and active transport requires cellular energy known as ATP. Then there is the cytoplasm, the entire region between the nucleus and the cell membrane. As you can see, that big square is the nucleus. The nucleus is the most conspicuous organelle and contains most of the genetics of the cell. Outside the nucleus is the nuclear envelope that encloses the nucleus, separating it from the cytoplasm. And within the nucleus, the nucleolus, where the components of the ribosomes are synchronized and assembled. Next, you can see the two endoplasmic reticulum, rough and smooth. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is channels protein to transport vesicles, attach carbohydrates to some protein involved in membrane production. Through the production of vesicles, it has attached ribosomes. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is synchronized lipids, including phospholipids and steroids, metabolize carbohydrates, detoxifies drugs and poison, stores calcium ions, lacks attached ribosomes. Hold on, back to the nucleus. I forgot to say, also within the nucleus is chromatin, which consists of DNA, protein, and the condensed form of chromosomes. As you can see, the flowing membranes are known as vesicles, and there are two types: transport, which carries the endoplasmic reticulum products to the Golgi, and secretorial, which carries the Golgi modified products to the cell membrane. Fuses with the cell membrane, releasing the contents to the outside of the cell. The almost similar membrane to the endoplasmic reticulum is the Golgi apparatus that consists of flattened membranous sacs, receives transport vesicles from the endoplasmic reticulum, then modifies the endoplasmic reticulum product, produces certain molecules and ribosomes in secretorial vesicles. You can see that green membrane sac, well, that is the cytoplasm, which is the site of photosynthesis and produces food using light energy, CO2 and H2O, and can be found in plant cells. As you can see, that clear blue membrane-bound sac is called a vacuole, and it is larger than vesicles, and it can store materials too. Let me think, what else? Oh yeah, there are these particles called ribosomes, and there are two types, bound and free. Bound ribosomes is the site of proteins that are attached to the outside of the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum and produce proteins for use outside of the cell or for use inside of the cell. And free ribosome is the site of protein synthesis, suspended in the cytosol, and produce proteins for the use within the cell. The yellow membrane is called the mitochondria, and it is the site of cellular respiration, produces ATP from sugars, fats, and other fuels. Finally, there is the cytosol, and it is a network of fibers that extend throughout the cytoplasm. And there are three molecular structures: microtubulins, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments. Microtubulins are the thickest of the three components of the cytoskeleton, and their functions are the maintaining of the cell shape, cell motility, chromosome movement in the cell divisions, organelle movement. Microfilaments, also called actin filaments, are the thinnest components, and their functions are muscle construction, cytoplasm streaming, and cell division. And intermediate filaments are the fibers within a diameter in a middle range, and their functions are in charge of the nucleus and certain organelles, and to inform the nuclear lamella. Well, class, that's the end of our wonderful plant cell tour. Now you know all the different organelles inside the plants. So now let's go back to school and write a description about the plant cell and turn them in. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope you had a wonderful time. Adios, amigos.